Good morning, boaters. I am the Outboard Dad, Keith McGowan, here to help you have a better boating experience. Today, we're going to talk about my used outboard motor buying guide, soon to be on Amazon. Any day now, it's almost finished, and get set up for that. Apparently, I had to change some of the format, and I also need to add some content because it was a little too small for the requirements for Amazon. So I'm working on that. Hopefully this weekend we'll have that squared away. So please like, subscribe, send me any comments that you have. And when you purchase this, $20, it will be, send me an email at keith@outboarddad.com, and I will give you a free session if you send me an email with proof of purchase to help you with your motor or a boat that you're looking to buy. So I'm going to be like Mr. Rogers here and put my jacket on because it's a little cooler out today, and we got the garage open because we have someone coming to purchase an outboard. So that'll be in the next video. But today, what are we going to do? We have our midsection ready to go here. We put the exhaust plate on, we assembled this. Now we're going to get our hoist over here because I don't use my back to lift those things anymore. And we're going to get it on our stand, and we're going to get that engine block set up on that midsection. Let's get it going. We have now midsection set up on our stand, ready to go. Engine box still on the bench, so we're going to get our hoist over there. I have the eye bolt hooked up. If you remember, I used my Harbor Freight steering wheel puller tool, and I just put an eye bolt in it to rig from the flywheel so I can rig the motor up. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that motor up, and we'll get it over here. We're going to make sure our surfaces are clean first on the bottom of the engine as well as right here, and get a new gasket on that. Not going to put a lot of sealer on it. What I'll probably do is focus on where the water flows and where the exhaust flows. So when we look at this closely, I can see where the water comes up because I remember where my tube is, and I know that's in this section right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's sealed off really well so we have good water flow and it doesn't leak out. And I also want to make sure the exhaust is covered up. So I'm going to take a little brake cleaner. We're going to clean this up a little bit. I already made sure the holes were good, so the block should go right down, the stud should go right down in there, and we'll get this set up. So our famous Motorcraft silicone that I love to use. Again, really, really thin layer. I'm going to go around the exhaust section and around all the water jacket section, and then we'll put our gasket on. So now we have our gasket on. It's pretty much all ready to go. Like I said, I just put a really thin layer of that silicone, that Motorcraft silicone, just around the water jacket as well as around the exhaust section. So let's get this block rigged up and drop it in place. So now we notice we have our engine, when it's hung off of that flywheel, it is kind of tilted back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I have a battery hooked up so that I can run my power tilt and trim and kind of try and match that angle with the midsection. That's as far as it goes, so hopefully that'll do it. Lower it down nice and easy. Get the first two lined up. 3, 4. Now we can kind of tilt it so that it straightens out a little bit. So I want to be sure everything is lined up the way it's supposed to be. Making sure my gasket isn't shifting. It's looking pretty good. So now we're completely down and in place. We can go ahead and put our nuts on with our washers. If you remember, we ran a tap over all of those because we did bugger them up a little bit when we were taking it off, but there's plenty of thread left over here. So let's get some nuts and bolts on here and we'll continue assembling this. Once we get our nuts and bolts on there, we're going to torque them all down evenly. We're going to check our torque spec in the book there. Then what we'll do next is we'll get our electronics, mount them on here. We do have some tubing we have to connect to everything. We do have the other primer tube that I didn't finish connecting, so we're going to hook that primer tube up. I did have to get a new piece of fuel line for that because I kind of ran out. And then we'll continue on with this project. So don't forget, my used outboard motor buying guide will be on Amazon very soon. It's going to be an updated version with more content than what I originally had that I actually gave away for the first month when I had it. So if anybody who has one already wants the updated version, you just go on Amazon. It's $20. If you send me an email at keith@outboarddad.com, I will give you a free session over the phone to help you with a motor you're working on, or an outboard maybe you're looking to buy, or maybe a boat you're looking to buy. So stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, send me any comments that you have, and we'll continue on until we can turn the key and fire this sucker up. Have a great day.